Welcome back. Welcome back. Week 8 is finally here. Man, this season definitely seems like it's flying by at this point. But couple interesting matchups here, and we definitely like a lot of them here. Actually, going in for the quarterbacks. So why don't we just go ahead and jump right into it? Number 1, you got Patrick Mahomes at the Broncos. Definitely a good opportunity for Patrick Mahomes to finally break out into that early second round draft pick that most people usually take him at. Definitely like the opportunity here. I mean, he definitely did it last week against the Chargers. I can see the exact same thing happening against the Broncos here in Week 8. Number 2, Lamar Jackson at the Cardinals. Any quarterback, any receiver, pretty much like I stated in the wide receiver rankings, that is up against the Cardinals, you are pretty much starting them. And if they don't play well against the Cardinals, shame on them because the Cardinals are terrible at defense right now. Number 3, you got Justin Herbert versus the Bears. A great opportunity for him. He did pretty well against the Chiefs here in Week 7. Now he gets the Bears at home against the Bears, I should say, in Week 8. Definitely like that matchup. Number 4, Jalen Hurts at the Commanders. He's definitely one of the top 5 here. There's no doubt about it. Against the Commanders, I do like the other 3 matchups ahead of this. However, it's not a bad matchup against the Commanders, and I do like it going in Week 8. Number 5, you got Jared Goff versus the Raiders. Raiders just got pretty much torched for the most part by the Bears and Tyson Bagent. That is unbelievable for the Raiders to get torched like that by a guy who literally, if you look at the stats from last December when he played a terrible college team, was, I don't even want to go any further with that one. Number 6, you got Josh Allen versus the Buccaneers. I think it's going to be a bounce back game for Josh Allen here, a home game against the Buccaneers, who did struggle against Atlanta here in Week 7. Definitely like this opportunity for Josh Allen. Number 7, Tua Tagovailoa versus the Patriots. Patriots did beat Josh Allen. However, the secondary for the Bills is a lot more banged up than the Dolphins. So I think the Dolphins are going to be able to keep ahead a lot more than what the Bills were able to against the Patriots. Tua is number 7 for me. Number 8, C.J. Stroud at the Panthers. Love the opportunity coming off a bye week here. Might get Tank Dell back. We'll have to wait and see as the week progresses here. But if he does get Tank Dell back, it does make it even better for him, and he is number 8 for me against the Panthers. Number 9 is Brock Purdy versus the Bengals. They can be a little stingy against the pass here. However, San Fran, they're just different. Yes, they lost to the Browns. There was weather conditions. Yes, it was a missed field goal. That's what ended up helping the Browns win, but unfortunately for the 49ers, that's how they lost their undefeated season. And now they go against the Bengals, who just came off a bye week, so they're well rested. But I do like the opportunity here as a home game for Brock Purdy to definitely bounce back. Number 10, Derek Carr at the Colts. And this one might be a little high for some people, and I can understand why in the comments. I get it. Derek Carr has been a little inconsistent. However, for the way that Derek Carr has played the last 3 weeks, go back and look at his points. Go back and look at his stats. He's played very, very well, and now he gets a matchup at the Colts, who can give up a good amount of points to quarterbacks. So we'll look at that in Week 8, but I do like Derek Carr in this matchup. He's number 10. Number 11 is Trevor Lawrence at the Steelers. Trevor Lawrence had that injury last week coming in questionable. Thursday Night Football. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? He didn't even look like he was injured when he went on that field. It was unbelievable what he was doing on that field, considering what the injury was for him. And now he gets a matchup at the Steelers. A little bit of a tougher matchup for him, but with the weapons that he has, I'm not too worried about it. He's going to be number 11 for me in this matchup. Number 12 is going to be Jordan Love versus the Vikings. A game I could see in potential shootout. Vikings have given up a good amount of points throughout the last couple weeks. We'll see what happens here. Jordan Love does like to throw a lot of interceptions at the end of the game, so we'll see how this progresses. But as of right now, Jordan Love, I do like him at number 12. 13 is going to be Dak Prescott versus the Rams. Yeah, Dak has not been playing well, but coming off a bye week, hopefully getting his mind right, getting this team back together. We'll see what happens with the Cowboys here after this bye, but right now against the Rams, I do like the opportunity, especially because the Rams did blow it against the Steelers here in Week 7. Speaking of Steelers, how about their quarterback, Kenny Pickett, at number 14 versus the Jaguars? Jaguars do give up a lot of points to these opposing players, especially at quarterback and wide receiver. So don't mind the matchup here for Kenny Pickett. I do actually like this. This is a good opportunity for Kenny Pickett, I should say, to potentially blow up for about 20-25 points in Week 8. Number 15 is going to be Kirk Cousins at the Packers. Kirk Cousins has been struggling. However, looking at the Monday night game, he's looking pretty good so far considering what's going on with some of his injuries. We'll see what happens here. But I do like Kirk Cousins. He's a middle-of-the-pack quarterback for me in this week for Week 8. Number 16 is going to be Matthew Stafford at the Cowboys. Cowboys have struggled, like I stated. We'll see what they can do here coming off a bye week. But Matthew Stafford's still a veteran quarterback that knows how to act poised and control in the pocket. And let's not forget he does have Cooper Kupp back now for about 2 weeks. That connection's there. He still has Puka Nacua they're thriving on. They did lose Kyron Williams for a couple weeks here as he goes on the IR last week, which is not great. However, I don't think it's going to affect them too much, especially because Darrell Henderson out of the backfield can catch the ball as well. So Matthew Stafford being that veteran poised quarterback that he is, I like him at 16. Number 17 is going to be Joe Burrow at the 49ers. Coming off a bye week, getting another week to rest that knee, especially after playing on it for so many weeks. But right before that bye week, man, they came out hot. The last 2 weeks, they finished strong right before that bye week. And I like the opportunity for him to potentially show why he got that contract in the offseason. 49ers are a little hurt here and there in the defensive sector of it. Not the front seven for God knows what reason. Those guys are just dominant right now. But Joe Burrow is going to have to get the ball out quickly with that pass rush. And now you got Joe Mixon, who's a pass-catching running back, and also Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase that are good screen, catch and run guys. Those guys get a lot of yak, so Joe Burrow is going to benefit from that here in Week 8. Number 18 is going to be Sam Howell versus the Eagles. It's going to be a little bit of a tricky situation here. So the next couple are going to be tough matchups here. But based on the defenses, this is where they're going to rank. Sam Howell versus the Eagles. Eagles defense played well against Miami. They did. I'm not too comfortable with this matchup, but like I said, the way that these rankings are the next couple, it's going to be tough to go on from this. 19 is Geno Smith versus the Browns. We've seen what they have done defensive-wise. I mean, go back and look at Week 7. Yes, it was a close game. Yes, they blew a couple coverages. They didn't have their starting quarterback in for very long. They had P.J. Walker take over. But other than that, I mean, two fumble recoveries, 2 interceptions. That defense is legit. And Geno Smith is home against the Browns, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, you could honestly put Geno Smith and Sam Howell, swap them at this point. But when it comes to defense, I'd rather face the Eagles defense than the Browns defense right now. Number 20, you got Gardner Minshew versus the Saints. Looked good at first against Cleveland in Week 7, and then, 2 rushing touchdowns for Minshew. Then all of a sudden the wheels fell off the wagon there, and he could not recover. So he's number 20 for me. Number 21 is going to be Desmond Ridder at the Titans. Titans are not that great against the pass this year. I mean, it's been up and down with the Titans, and Desmond Ridder did go into Tampa Bay. They did come out with the win. Didn't play the best, but didn't play too bad either as, quarterback 21 ranked here. I honestly like him at 21. 22 is Deshaun Watson if he plays here at Seattle. The issue with this is, there's a lot of transparency that is not being shown here with the Browns organization. Their head coach says that he's playing 1 week, then the next week, the same conference, same press conference, their head coach is saying, hey, he's going to play next week. He's going to be the starter. Then he comes to the podium and is like, I don't know if I'm going to be the starter next week. I don't know what's going on there. Something's got to give at this point. But if he does play at Seattle, it's going to be a tough matchup. He's still going to be ranked 22 for me there. 23, Russell Wilson versus the Chiefs here. Tough matchup for Russell Wilson. Let's see if, this is maybe one of those trap games. Chiefs just had a tough battle against the Chargers. Eventually they pulled away at the end there, but Russell Wilson and the Broncos just beat the Jordan Love. So, I mean, that's a way far different comparison, but you never know. This could be a trap game for the Chiefs, and Russell Wilson is still ranked 23 for me in this one. I don't love the matchup, but who knows. 24, you got Baker Mayfield at the Bills. It's not a great matchup, but ranked over these other quarterbacks, it's going to be the best one we got here for number 24, in my opinion. So 24 is going to be Baker Mayfield, and number 25 is going to be Tyson Bagent versus the Chargers here. It's in LA. However, he looked pretty good. He did against the Raiders there. Chargers are also in that category of terrible against the pass, so we'll see. He does have DJ Moore still, and then also that running back room is also getting healthier as the time goes on, so we'll see what happens. Cole Kmet came back, from an injury, or at least it seemed like he was coming back from a decent injury there, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But that's going to end it here for our QB rankings for Week 8. Make sure you like and subscribe if you made it all the way through. We appreciate that. Give us a thumbs up as well, and then we'll see you later on in the week. Have a good one.